Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Dear students, Assalamu Alaikum. I am Yasir Hussain from Pakistan Studies Department, Army Public School and College, Ordnance Road. Today I will deliver a lecture number 5, and it's about Benazir Bhutto's era, which includes her both governments, the first and the second one. The objectives of our today's topic are: discuss the functioning of Benazir government, discuss and find out the reasons for dismissal of Benazir government, and then compare the two eras of Benazir government. Dear students, as usual, before starting discussion on today's topic, just recall the previous lecture in which we have discussed about the functioning of the Jonijo government from 1985 to 1988, and then the Afghan Jihad and the refugee problem and their impact on Pakistani society. Regarding Benazir Bhutto's first era, that is from 1988 to 1990, we will have to look at the background first. As we have discussed earlier, General Ziaul Haq was killed in an air crash on 17th of August 1988, after which the Chairman's Senate, Ghulam Ishaq Khan, became the caretaker president of Pakistan. And then elections, the general elections were held in 1988, in which Pakistan People's Party got the majority. Benazir Bhutto, who was the head of the Pakistan People's Party government at that time, she became Pakistan's and Islamic world's first women prime minister. After Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's government and then the killing of General Ziaul Haq in 1988, Benazir Bhutto and Pakistan People's Party succeeded to form the government again in Pakistan during the elections of 1988. Dear students, now we will discuss about the important events of Benazir Bhutto's first era. In this regard, the first important event was that of the dissolution of the Balochistan Assembly. Benazir Bhutto government dismissed the Balochistan Assembly. The Chief Minister of Balochistan at that time, Mir Zafarullah Khan Jamali, had not gained the vote of confidence. Therefore, the assembly was dismissed. But then the Balochistan High Court restored the house and declared that step of the government as unconstitutional. Another important event was that of the presidential elections. Dear students, as you know, Ghulam Ishaq Khan, the then Chairman Senate, was the caretaker president at that time. But after the general elections and with the formation of the new government and assemblies, the elections for the president were held. Remember that for the elections of the President of Pakistan, the National Assembly, the Senate, and all the provinces, the 4 provinces of Pakistan participate in the voting. The members of the assemblies vote for the election of the president. Therefore, these presidential elections were held in December 1988. during these elections. Again, Ghulam Ishaq Khan, who was earlier the caretaker president of Pakistan, he won the elections against Nawab Zada Nasrullah Khan and became the president of Pakistan. Students, the next important event was that of Pakistan's inclusion to the Commonwealth. Commonwealth is an organization of those countries who were remain under the British Empire, but now they are the independent countries, like Pakistan, who remained under the British Empire from 1858 till its independence in 1947. So Pakistan's membership and Pakistan membership of the Commonwealth was excluded back in 1972 due to certain political problems, but it was again restored after the restoration of democracy in Pakistan, and Pakistan rejoined the Commonwealth in 1989. The next point is regarding the foreign policy. Students, you know that our foreign policy, especially regarding India, is very important. Therefore, Benazir Bhutto's government adopted a non-confrontation policy with India regarding its foreign policy. Benazir Bhutto joined hands with the Indian Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi at that time for establishing good relations with India. It was during a visit to Pakistan of the Indian Prime Minister during SAARC conference, which was held in Pakistan. The next important event is the social welfare. Benazir Bhutto's government's top priority was that of the social welfare. Therefore, People's Works program was launched for the purpose of the development and prosperity and the social welfare of the country. Then the Placement Bureau was established, through which thousands of people got employment. The last important event of Benazir Bhutto's first era was that of the dismissal of the Benazir Bhutto's government. President Ghulam Ishaq Khan dismissed the Benazir Bhutto's government on 6 August 1990. The president used his powers under the Section 58 2B of Constitution. This article, or Section 58 2B of the Constitution at that time, provides the powers for the president to dismiss the government, to dissolve the assemblies and that of the prime minister, and definitely on certain issues. Like this time, he dismissed the government of Benazir Bhutto's government on the charges of corruption. This time, Benazir Bhutto's government lasted for 20 months only. Dear students, now we will discuss about Benazir Bhutto's second era, that is from 1993 to 1996. In its background, as you know, after the dismissal of Benazir's first government in 1990, elections were held in which Nawaz Sharif of Muslim League became the Prime Minister of Pakistan. President Ghulam Ishaq Khan dismissed the government of Nawaz Sharif as well in 1993. Therefore, elections were held in 1993 in which Benazir Bhutto was elected as the Prime Minister of Pakistan for the second time. Students, now we will discuss about the important events of Benazir Bhutto's second era. In this regard, the first important point is that of the development programs. During this period, the construction of Karachi Flyover Bridge and Lahore Bypass was started. The second point of Benazir Bhutto's second era was that of the plans for the farmers and women. According to these plans, Kisan Bank was established to provide loans to the farmers. Then the National Tractor Scheme was launched, and then social and health policies were framed for the women. Women police stations and courts were also set up in order to provide the legal facilities to the women. The next important event of Benazir Bhutto's second era was that of the 8th five-year plan. Students, the five-year development plan was for the first time started in Pakistan back in 1955. And the purpose of these five-year plans was that of the development and prosperity of the country through different type of projects and developmental programs. So, during the Benazir Bhutto's second government, they started the 8th five-year plan, which resulted in the rapid development of the country. You can see on the figures over there, the bar graph is given over here from 1993 to 96. You can see that 4.4, 5.1 and then 6.6, the highest growth rate because of this 8th five-year development plan. Dear students, the next important event was that of the foreign visits of Benazir Bhutto and its policy and dialogue with those leaders regarding the Kashmir issue. Remember that Kashmir issue remains the top priority of any Pakistani government. Therefore, Benazir Bhutto made successful visits to Iran and Turkey. And with the dialogue and negotiations with those leaders, she gained moral support on Kashmir issue, especially from Iran and Turkey. Then several bilateral agreements were also signed in order to cooperate in different fields. Another important event was that of the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa government, in which the Muslim League government in KPK and the Provincial Assembly were dissolved in 1994. And Aftab Sherpao of Pakistan People's Party was elected as the Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Students, now the last event of the Benazir Bhutto's second era, and that was the dismissal of the Benazir Bhutto's government. Regarding this, the differences were developed between the then President Farooq Ahmad Khan Laghari and Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto. The President dismissed the government of Benazir Bhutto on the corruption charges, using his powers under the Section 58 2B again. For this time, Benazir Bhutto ruled the country for 3 years. That's it for today's lecture. Now just a quick recap of what we have discussed was that of the functioning of the Benazir government of both the eras, first and the second one. Then the reasons for dismissal of Benazir Bhutto's government. The main thing was that of the use of Article 58 2B by the President, and for the both times the charges were that of the corruption. and then comparison of the two eras of Benazir Bhutto government. We have discussed all the events, both of the first and second one, and you compare them very easily, what important events took place during the Benazir Bhutto's government. Students, it's now time for the task. As usual, you will have to read and highlight pages 16 to 18, then learn by heart the definitions and the concepts we have discussed. Then you will have to answer the following long question and do write in your notebooks. It's from exercise long question number 6, and that is, state the important events of the Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto's government. Both these eras of the Benazir Bhutto government you will have to write from page number 16 to 18. With the headings, you can write all this. It will complete the long question. Then you will have to answer the short question from the exercise and write in your notebooks as well. It's question number 3 of your exercise, short questions. That is, why did President Ghulam Ishaq Khan dismiss the Benazir Bhutto government? You can find this in the relevant pages we have discussed as well. So that's the task for you have to complete. That's it for today's lecture. Thank you for listening to the lecture. For any questions and queries, you are always welcome in the WhatsApp group. Do follow the timetable given to you on the WhatsApp group. I will be there for answering your questions. Stay blessed. Take care. Allah Hafiz.